I'm only hoping that the amount of cheese that I went through in Seydanen, the city we are in still, is not going to discourage. It's not going to discourage people from watching further. The cheese is only at the beginning, and the reason for the cheese at the beginning is to jumpstart to a reasonable, you can actually do something level, because the very first bits in Morrowind are, or rather can be, extremely difficult. I'll show you ways of doing, of getting money at the very start without resorting to such cheap and cruel ways. But first, Vodunius Nutius. Yes, what do you want? If you're looking to get out of Seydanen, I'll be happy to give you a little advice. What would that be, friend? Take the Switch Strider to Vivek or Balmora. Fast and cheap. No trouble with wild animals and smugglers and bandits and outlaws and tax collectors and whores. Go see Dervaim Cleveran over at the Strider's port, over the bridge and east along the water, and tell her Vodunius Nutius has sent you. Would that be you? Right, that's me. If you decide to take the Switch Strider, tell Dervaim I sent you. Sweet, friend. A simple command, which I recommend you to do every time you play Morrowind. The time scale in the game per default is 30, meaning every second that passes in real life is 30 seconds in Morrowind. Every minute that passes, half an hour, and so forth. So an entire day is a mere 48 hours. 48 minutes is an entire day. Dawn to another dawn. I prefer the nights and days to last for a while, because under the cover of darkness or under the safety of light, depending on these circumstances, this fucking looks beautiful, I might do different things, and I wish to choose when and how and where.
Why walk when you can ride?
Why walk when you can ride, indeed, my dear. Vodunius Nutius has sent me. A very peculiar fellow. Doesn't look to be at ease in here. Doesn't seem to be too happy about being in Seydanen. Not to seem too confused, of course. Seydanen is a board-covered village in the middle of a bloody swamp. Still, his friend agrees that this is not a place for Vodunius Nutius. And Vodunius Nutius indeed wishes to be somewhere else, and he offers us a cursed ring for a mere 100 drakes. The ring is worth exactly 100 drakes, meaning that unless you have high bartering, you will not be able to get 100 drakes for it. It is still, however, a karmically positive thing to do, and thusly, Sir Nutius, an imperial citizen, I bid thee farewell and Godspeed on whichever ship takes you to Narcissus. So with this little side quest done, there is just one thing remaining, and that is solving the murder, or rather, killing the murderer of Taxus Collectius and bringing his ring to his widow wife. For that I need Aril. And the further reason why I need Aril for that is that the person in question is going to annihilate me.
You've been wounded.
I have been wounded, yes, kind lady. Fear not, however, for my wounds, the ones that I have on me right now and the ones that will come in just a moment, mean nothing. Welcome, Foreign Gilneath. I have a suspicion that you might have been involved in the murder of Taxus Collectus Procesus Vitellius, an honorable man and thief, an extortionist. At any rate, That fetcher, you're damn right I did him in. And a good thing too. He was skimming a load of money from all of us honest people. Okay, I didn't do these voices for a while, so... He was always flaunting his money around, showing off his new clothes and jewels. So I killed the bastard and left his body out there to rot. I believe what you say, yeah, the dialogue choices for you in Morrowind are definitely not a strong part of it. And you're about to see another very weak part of Morrowind, which is, of course, combat. I am going to... There is... Him flaunting around money doesn't matter. That is not an excuse for murder, and your punishment has been decided. You're one of them, huh? Come to kill me. I am shooting him in point-blank range, but the game is based on rolls. And now he has cast Sanctuary on himself. Why am I using a bow and arrows? Because my marksmanship skill is higher by 30 than my long blade skill. So if I tried to actually melee with this person, I would never hit him. At any rate, Forengilnith is dead. Long live Richard D. Mountainjoy. He does not have much, and it wasn't a murder for loot, so I will only loot his house, whatever is in his house, including Dance of the Fire, Book 6, and not the things that he was in, not the things that he was wearing. Murderer or not, I do have my Codex of Honor. Isn't that right, faggot, Mr. I lost everything to the guardsmen? Then a kind stranger and newcomer came along, retrieved my belongings, and then he stole everything that the guards took from me, and then everything that I had outside of that. Peculiar, isn't
Yes,
that?
Outlander, what do you want?
Tevarev Drano, I believe I have found the murderer of your husband and retrieved the ring in question. The ring is worth 240. It weighs 0.1. What you will give me in return are 2 standard restore health potions, which are nearly as weight to cost efficient, nor just cost efficient, but it is another good deed that we are doing, and for the outbursts of murders and thefts that we will participate in very briefly, it is good to set our karma high up first. Reputation also helps us in conversations, and I will want people to think well of me. Isn't it?
I'm listening.
Wouldn't it be easier to do your villainous work should the world consider you a hero? I have brought the murderer to justice, and a 500 gold piece bounty is now mine. Do I dare to sleep and get fucked by the assassin? Not yet. There is a reason why I cannot sleep.
Speak freely.
There is a very good reason why I cannot sleep, friends. Not enough about that. Steal more from over here. Very well. Bal Seidanen more or less done. I can take a quick... Oh, never mind. Eldafir's house. Vodunius Nusius' house. You aren't living in such a... This guy will be home because his doors are unlocked. It's a lass. Excuse me, Missy. Your name was confusing and I am an ignorant outsider. There are a lot of things to steal from over here. But getting that key and getting these doors open, right now beyond my reach. Okay, I did promise you to show you how you can get such a start that we just did without resorting to any of such nonsense. Well, the quest is taking us to Balmora, and that's the only lead we have right now. But, as I said, you can beat the game without ever visiting Balmora. And even though we will not, I will still go there. What I recommend you to do is, first of all, quick save your game. And go towards Hlawad. Narmok is very far away. We will not get to there quite. Just follow the road at first. Follow the road until something falls on top of your head. Or quite close to falling on top of your head. And I shall equip the Scrolls of Dratis's Winter Guest. If the fucking sky outside of my house looked like that, I would never play computer games. This is just beautiful. And the beauty rewards me with a corpse to ravage and ravish. It is an elf, much like me. With the journal half the size of his body. I believe I might have found the correct formula for the spell I am developing. With it, I will be able to travel great distances without the need to pay others for the service. If all goes well, I will test out the new spell tomorrow. I believe I have worked out all of the possible complications. It will allow me to leap great distances. They laughed at me when I suggested this. We'll see who laughs after I leap to the top of their towers and scream out my success. Extravagant robe will cover my tattered clothes. Colovian fur helm will improve my armor by nothing actually. 7 gold pieces should help my swift ascent to godhood, and a scroll of fortify acrobatics, 1000. Scroll of Icarian flight, 3 copies of it. The reason why Tarathiel died. Extravagant shoes are also worth a bit. Finally, a long blade, which, while it doesn't have quite as much damage as... It actually has comparable damage. It weighs 20, it's worth 62. I'll switch the iron saber for the iron spark sword. If only for one reason, which is that the spark sword is a magical weapon. And where we are going, a magical weapon will be extremely fucking useful. At any rate, now you will know which item I have under number 3. It is of course a journeyman's probe. Now, gold and riches for no effort. Don't go up there. Instead, turn left. There will be a few mud crabs attacking us. But the beautiful things about mud crabs is that you can just escape from them. You can also escape from the Kwama foragers quite easily. And this taupe over here is our destination. The Sayano family tomb. Samaris ancestral tomb. Well, close enough. Now listen carefully, because There is a very specific set of sounds that the location we are at is making, and there is also a set of separate sounds that the ghost that we will have to kill is making. The ghost is not here, but it will be very shortly. At least one. Hence why the weapon was absolutely necessary. And why I bought 4 scrolls. This is problematic because the target resisted our magic. Don't worry. So what did he do to us? Drain attribute, ghost curse, endurance 5. Drain fatigue, endurance. Drain fatigue 10. Meaning our hit points dropped from a lovely... Ah, never mind. They didn't. Just bring myself back to speed. Okay, this is about to be really bad. I wasted a fuck ton of money for this. Well, change of recommendations, viewer. Don't buy those scrolls. Scroll of Telvin's Courage. Rally humanoid, 20 to 50 for 60 seconds. Rally creature. I love how the scrolls have actual runes on them when you look at them. It's a small, tiny detail, but such small, tiny details make a game great. A Shrine of Saint Velith. Donation of 35. A blessing. Let's see. Almcivi's Restoration? No. I think it might restore my magic, but I don't need it. Velith's Indwelling. It gives me Fortify Magicka. Another reason why I love Wood Elves is the resist common disease, 75%. Common diseases are going to be a problem. Common ring, alright. Quite a nasty problem actually. Hellfire, sweet. They are penalties to your attributes, which you have to pay quite a lot of money to get rid of, and they are also detrimental when it comes to your dealings with any humanoids. Okay, the purchase of those tiny little scrolls was absolutely a mistake. I also already have a long bow rather than a chitin short bow. Goodbye, chitin short bow. Welcome, one and all, to the longbow fiesta. It's basically double the damage of the previous weapon. Bargain fortify health. Garbage. I installed a mod which disables the notification that a door or a trap or an item is trapped. I do remember the Urn of Lord Breen being trapped, so I didn't have to know that, but it is actually a really nice thing that increases the immersion for certain. At any rate, Ashes of Lord Bryn, they are completely useless, but I'll take them regardless. And Mentor's Ring, weight 0.1, value 8,000. Permanent Fortify Intelligence 10, Permanent Fortify Willpower 10. Permanent means forever, viewer. Instead of using the key, I chose to use the lockpick. Reasoning for that Lockpick training. If I was completely min-maxing, I would load the game before I used the 2 scrolls. But we don't need that. Should you be unable to kill those ghosts, or the ghost and the skeleton, it could be a second ghost rather than a skeleton, I believe, or any other low-level undead, just continue through these rocks, following the coastline, the shoreline. Avoid any combat, it's completely unnecessary. The monsters don't do too well, or the AI in general doesn't do too well around geometry. And sprinting and jumping our way, we are leveling up because we are athletics and acrobatics focused. Look at this. There are some tips I will have for you regarding leveling up, but that's for a little bit later. But one thing that has to be said right now is that you level up whenever you reach a new level, whenever you increase 10 points of any of your major or minor skills total. So we increased acrobatics by 1 and athletics by... Acrobatics by 2 and athletics by 1. That's our leveling progress so far. Keep that in mind, it's going to be important. Because athletics is a speed skill and acrobatics is a strength skill. On each level up, you get to choose which attributes to level up, and this is a second source of gold, this little shipwreckage over here. You get to choose 2 stats, so one of these, to put points into. Per default, it's just a single point. But the single point changes into more points depending on how many skills you have raised that have that key attribute, that attribute as a key one for itself. Meaning that if I increase 5 skills of athletics and 5 of acrobatics, my speed and strength options will be higher than +1. It will, however, mean that my intelligence and every other will remain at +1. A way to quickly gain attributes is to level 10 of your major minor skills and then a whole bunch of miscellaneous, which still count towards the attributes developed to leveling up. So if I gain 1 of each over here, that is actually 8. If I gained skills, very different skills that correspond to very different stats from major and minor, and then I gained, for example, 10 levels of illusion, my personality will get increased by 5 if I choose to put a point there. There is a little chest over here, which has 3 diamonds in it. 750 worth. You have to fight 0 enemies to get here. And a crate filled with creepy little ashen statues that have eyes which look upon you. I will take one of them just as a souvenir. So there, that's your way of getting easy gold without. Grab him! Do you take me for a fool? You cowardly thief! It is, however, never enough. And in our unending fucking greed... Oh, we look terrible. We'll have to work on that really quickly. Just continue along the coastline. There are some water... You can also dive for pearls, for crying out loud. Just dive into the... Just dive in the water and get some pearls. Oh wow, the damage increase is actually quite big already. I required 2 shots at full fatigue, at full endurance. Now I slayed this foul creature with just a single shot at none. Let's try to get the flower. Coda flower, sweet. I have 2 now, okay. They weigh 0.1 and have a value of 23. If that's not worth picking up, I don't know what is. There is another tomb over here on the way to the tiny village. Smuggler's village of Hloa-Wad. If you just go much deeper into the sea. Where are we? Over here. If you go there-ish, you will get a substantial amount of chances to loot pearls. However, at similarly substantial threat of powerful watery creatures. Draugrs, or however the fuck they are called. A cross between a demon, an octopus, and a crab. This is the Hiran ancestral tomb. No trap. There is a ghost on the other side. No, there isn't, but there is a ghost somewhere. No, that's the sound that the tube is making. I need torches because I'm seeing just as little as you are, viewer. I assure you. It's difficult to see. Exclusive fortified strength. Another easily accessible, no combat involved item for at least 100 gold. Maneuvers like this you should do with third person and just lean around, but I'll try to avoid them for as much as possible. Grave dust, completely worthless. Shrine of Saint Veleth. We already have a blessing of Saint Veleth. That's a scamp. It might just be outside of our capability to slay. Weapon has no effect. It wasn't outside of our ability to slay. It is, however, still quite dangerous. Can I try to heal myself with the actual skill? We failed so many times at a 34% chance, my ass. It remains, however, a very dangerous place, so be mindful, be wary, be cautious. That's what makes the sounds. I don't know what that green bit on the ground is. That's new. Oh. So what are you? Oh, that's ectoplasm. Well, that's a graphical enchantment then. This is a one-of-a-kind doorway. And that's an emerald, 150 worth. If this is void salt, it's not. Void Salt is worth 500, I believe. 36 Lessons of Vivek, Sermon 28. Then Vivek left Secht. Vivek as the city and Vivek as the god. The god the Dunmer god who walks in flesh resides on the throne in the city of Vivek. When Vivek found him near the boys' village, Anen Gnisis, there was a violent clash of arms and an upheaval of the earth. Their battle created the West Gash. The ending of the words is Almsivi. Similar to the Almsivi recall, intervention runner. Well, viewer, we are now what you might consider to be rich. There are two parts, two sides of Hlawad. The first side is just what you see, a fucking rotting hovel of a village. The second part is deep underground, beneath it. There is, however, another thing. I don't need a torch to find it. Redoran Guard. Hlalu. I made a terrible mistake. Redorans have different helmets. There are 3 major families in this game, which are warring with one another. Hlalu, Redoran and Telvanni. And I have mistakenly assumed this to be one of the Redoran. Which completely invalidates everything I will say henceforth about the game. There is a chest hidden under one of these. Do I even have a fucking chance of opening this? Too complex. I could wait till I'm fully rested. It's till the endurance fatigue bar fills up again, because then your skills are rolled at a lower rate when you are fatigued, but I don't think it will matter much. And we will come back here for a quest one day anyway. Probably. There is a murder house over here somewhere. Fatleg's drop-off. This is one of the...
Have a moment.
Go
What
ahead.
is it?
This is one of the cities which I don't know too much about. There are secrets which I have not uncovered in Hlawad.
Is there something you need?
I know of one quest that has to do with it. Which fucking hovel was it now? The one I'm looking for has 2 entrances. Could be the Fatleg's drop-off. It is. Welcome to Hlawad, garden spot of the Better Coast region. You're lost, right? Because no one comes here on purpose. Are you looking for services? Not much here. Do you mind sharing the latest rumors? We don't get much news out here. The local criminal organization, the Kamona Thong, wasn't going to stand by and let the Thieves Guild set up shop in their territory. It will be bloody and the Thieves Guild doesn't stand a chance. Services? A few folks in town offer services, but they are either independents like Perry and Oriel, the pawnbroker, and Paliasino, or they are Kamona Tong and only offer services to their own people. What can you tell me about the town? Just a little village. You can get a ship to Narmok or Ibonhad. Razid. We'll be talking to one another, Razid, in the future.
Sarah,
Sarah. This is the other part of Claw 1. An underground smuggling business. Oh, you are a barterer. I shall barter with you. You don't buy that, so we only buy these. I'll buy some apprentices lockpicks. Actually, all of them. Cheers. Will you take 43? That's a tall offer. You will not. 44.
Is there something I can do for you?
You can also train me in short blade, light armor and security. I would rather have my guts pulled out of me. And by that I mean soon enough, I guess. There is a chest either over there or over here somewhere below. There isn't much else to do in here, however. I can barter with these people. Oh, I have Mon Sugar. So even those fucking criminals don't want Mon Sugar. Let's try to admire you to hopefully get better prices. But you being a merchant, I fucked up so badly. Okay, recovery maybe? No, no, it's worse. Recovery maybe? Yes? No, no, he hates me. Oh my god, please no. Oh, fucking... Will you still barter with me? Cheers. So now he's not going to give us too good of a price for anything we offer him. I'll just sell him the shoes so he doesn't sue me.
Go ahead, Outlander. What do you need?
He's a repairsman. He'll repair my shit and he will hopefully sell me a blacksmith's hammer. It weighs a bit, but it is absolutely necessary. I'll of course fail most of the times, but it doesn't much matter. Oh, you don't buy anything actually. That's right. And here there is the other dark and shady business. Slaves.
Is there something?
Rabina is one of them. And this cunt over here is going to ask us to escort Rabina into Balmora. Var. Relem Arenith. Greetings, friend. Interested in doing some business? I'm not sure if I'll be able to finish this quest, but sure. I got to deliver this slave to Voran Hellas in Balmora as part of a payment. It shouldn't be a tough job for you. Deliver a slave, you say? Yes, just some little unfinished business. I owe him big for a deal we made a while ago. Rabina here ought to pay for my side of the bargain and more. There is a lot of money in some of these slaves. You interested in the work? I'll deliver the slave. Excellent! You'll find him in Balmora, east side of town. Just tell him I sent you. Take care with the slave, friend. She's worth more than you can imagine. Rabina here might not look like much, but it's what's on the inside that counts. Know what I mean? They are smuggling drugs inside of the slaves. Once I bring her to the destination in Balmora, one of the Kamonathong thugs in there will butcher her and extract the drugs from her dead body. You have taken Rabina from Relam Arenith. My fate is sealed. Rabina, yes. Rabina, yes. Rabina, yes. Tiki Rabina Shaggy. Yes, he was my master, but now I must deliver the payment. What do you mean? No, Rabina is only part of the payment. Rabina was made to swallow many bags of wrapped moon sugar. That is true payment. There is no hope of escape. Yes, there is, my friend. Rabina has none. Once in the possession of Vortal Hellas, he will likely slaughter Rabina for the drugs in my belly. My only hope is that you do not take Rabina to that monster, and instead help me escape. There are those such as Kilaya and Ebenhard, who are willing to help those like me return to our homes. If you were to take Rabina to him at the Argonian mission, Rabina is sure He would help. I'll help you get to Imkilaya, my friend. He would. Yes, yes I would. Now, unfortunately, the AI is sometimes stuck on the environment. It's kind of a curse of a game this big. So you have to periodically check up on them. I'm of course not fucking going to just walk to Ebonheart, which is over here, and this is a difficult trek actually, because there are slightly tougher monsters over there. We are instead going to Seilda, and from there we are going to Balmora. I could of course just continue through over here. There is another tiny village further up north and a lot of stuff to do, and I could move through the mountains to Balmora, but if you're interested in that, get the game yourself, friend. Greetings! I heard that you can take me to Ebonheart. Travel for 2 people, Ebonheart, 24 gold pieces. Hope she was in range, otherwise I'll have to go back and take her again. There she is.
There is much to learn.
There is indeed, Rabina. What you see over there is the city of Vivek, and this piece of rock floating in the air is actually floating in the air. These are the 11 quarters districts of Vivek town city. That's the temple one, that's the palace itself. We will venture there eventually, one day. I always loved this statue. Not sure why. At any rate, ignoring everyone else that we might wish to speak to over here, we shall go to the Argonian mission in Ebonheart. The prince of this region is present in Ebonheart. It is the imperial seat of ruling in the city. There is also either one of, I think this one is Argonian. One of them is Norn. Skyrim mission, yeah. So Vivek the god is kind of a spiritual leader. But they are part of the Imperium, right? Rabina will find her way to safety. She will stay in the place and find one who will help. Rabina, yes? Rabina will be safe. She will stay here. Sweet Rabina. I'm fine, thank you. What can I do you for? Well, you could take care of my friend Rabina. It is good that you brought her here. We have heard tales of drugs being smuggled inside these poor people. There seems to be no law. The smugglers and slavers won't stoop for the profit. We will give her the help she needs. Thank you, and please take this in return. Perhaps it will help you funding other missions of goodwill. Take care. Rabina thanks you. These are powerful mages. I don't remember how the Argonians speak in Morrowind. I will know in a moment.
Ah, yes.
Mutsera. Yeah, there we go. There are many secrets in this game that I don't quite understand. Despite playing so many fucking hours of it. There are still secrets I just don't... I'm just oblivious to. Where is my... Like, a secret right now is... Where is my fucking... lantern? Did it burn out? Did I lose it? One of the secrets is that for some reason there is a...
What is it, traveler? What do you seek?
There is a slave down there beyond the water And I don't
well,
quite
traveler.
know what to do with him. I also never was a vampire in Morrowind. For
What
my
is it?
probably 3,000 hours of the game, I never was a vampire. At any rate, now that we are in Ebonheart, there isn't that much to do in the city. I'll be frank with you. This is one of those... I mean, there is, yes, but not currently and not for us. We don't have any ties to the... any official ties to the Imperial... Imperial law, Imperial system.
How can I help you?
Apelles Matthias, you will help me momentarily. I need to find a bed first. I don't think I will find the bed in... No, not that's this guy that will help me. I don't think I will find the bed in the palace, though. So I need to find myself an inn. And I will need to take fall damage to both increase my acrobatics from jumping and enchantment from using magical items. And restoration for when I actually start using the spells. Welcome, my Nordic friend. I require a bed. 10 gold. Bed is yours. Enjoy your stay. I think it's below. For example, Jocelyn. I never talked to Jocelyn. I will not talk to Jocelyn right now either. That's not what it is. But stealing the basements from taverns is a decent way to get...
Do you want something from me?
Not really, to get money as well. So, we are going to rest now. We are going to get assassinated. No, we ain't. Maybe he's waiting downstairs.
I suppose I have a moment. What is it?
Maybe he's in another one of the rooms. Because the assassin spawns close to you. Or maybe the patches that we've downloaded have fixed this little issue that I'm having with assassins taking my head.
Do you want something from me?
Welcome, can I tell you about the Imperial Cult? We invite you to become a lay member. What's a lay member? We accept all citizens of good character and earnest faith. We ask only a one-time pledge of 50 drakes to aid us in our good works. Thereafter, the only cost of membership comes when you use a healing altar. Modest and nominal fees which help us in our mission to bring the words and blessings of the Nine to those less fortunate than ourselves. Do you wish to join the Imperial Cult? There are consequences to everything you do, of course. But I think that's nothing serious. We accept all citizens. Yes. Review the requirements and doctrines. To serve and glorify the Nine Divines, you must cultivate a noble personality and a strong will. Respect the magical arts, especially the colleges of restoration, mysticism, and conjuration. Those who swear to avoid bloodshed, to take the field are unarmored, to fight only with blunt weapons, are especially praiseworthy. Knowledge of enchantments and the gift of diplomatic speech are other qualities we look for in our initiates. What she basically gave us here is which skills will you have to have developed to a very high level in order to advance in the ranks, should the chance come, and should your duties be fulfilled well enough to deserve a promotion. Our doctrines are simple. We acknowledge the divinity of Nine Divines, Akatosh, whose ring we have, Dibella, Arche, Zenitar, Mara, Stendar, Kinneret, Julianus, and Tiber Septim. We preach the nine virtues: humility, inspiration, piety, work, compassion, justice, ambition, learning, and civility. Our Emperor is the defender of the faith, and the Empire is the worldly working of the divine plan. We pledge aid and comfort to all citizens in need and serve the Emperor and Empire at his will. Our rules are equally simple. It is forbidden to attack another person of the Imperial cult, and of course forbidden to kill another cult member. Forbidden to steal, whether by open theft or by covert pickpocketing. Trespass upon the private property of another member. Private property being understood to be anything behind a locked door. Break any one of these rules and you shall be expelled from the cult. I wish to join. For my gods, an emperor has been added to your inventory. And we can now use these people as our tools. Oh, this was my bed.
What was that?
It was me.
Ah, welcome. What may I do for you?
The better question is, what may you do me for? So he wasn't attacked by an assassin. Okay. It must be some consequences of mods and patches, because normally you get attacked by an assassin on level 1 if you have Tribunal enabled, which my recommendation is don't fucking enable it until you are some higher level, and most of the time you are just murdered by him. Notice how the entire flora and fauna are completely different here. Also notice how I just came here for a gold Canet flower. I could swim to the northern parts of Vivek with the boat, which would save us some time. However, I wished to pick that flower especially, because they grow only up until roughly Pelagiat, and Black Anther is another of the flowers I may require, and by that I mean I will require. I'll only need one of each. I will have to relearn how to do these properly. There we go. Because the arrows also tilt downwards. They lose velocity when they are shot out. Eventually, that is. Don't remember if these are flowers you can pocket. No, they ain't. Because some of them look completely different. So through Pelagiat to Balmora. Acrobatics increasing with every step. Most of the adventures you will find on the road. And as such, to the roads you should stick. Balmora, Pelagiat, this way. I actually disagree, but this way will also work, yes. It just goes slightly around. The one to Hla Oad and then cutting through here is better. In fact, it's so much better that I'm just going to do that. Because there is one last thing that we not really need, but could do, and as a beginning person with a character that is more disposed towards fighting, you absolutely should do. And that is liberating some slaves. But the smuggler's den I had in mind is much closer to Seydanen than one would anticipate. Ridiculously close. Adamasartis. Sounds like a Daedric ruin. I am unsure if we can actually fucking beat it. Well, with the enchanted weapon, maybe. We are not really a combat character quite yet. But it seems that it's not a problem. Adamasarte's slave key. Very useful. Absolutely required. Bellows. There will be a guy on the left, a bunch of people on the right. No guy on the left. Why? There was. I'm fucking certain of it. There are also 2 ways to go over there. No trap. Do you have the key to these braces? Will it let me go free? Unlock slave braces. Badargo welcomes you, Sarah.
Walk on warm sands. May you walk on warm sands.
There are a bunch of other, somewhat more powerful individuals in this place. Okay, I cannot do it with the fucking robe on me, I'm sorry. The crosser was roughly over there. That's not the person I was shooting at, though. Oh no, it was. No, it wasn't, it was a fucking pillar. It was a critical hit because he didn't expect or see us. There are still more guys to go. Actually, the music is maybe too quiet. I'm deeply sorry for any outcomes regarding how quiet the music is. There is a lady that will throw shit at me over there. Or at the very least that has throwing stuff on the boxes near her. I am fucking much better at you at ranged combat, kind lady. Chitin Tower Shield. This one has an armor rating of 10, this one has an armor rating of 12. It's easy to know which one is the proper one, eh? They have a bunch of scrolls as well, an open lock scroll, a trap soul scroll. Another very useful place to get you started. There will be a lot of moon sugar in here. That's less useful. But nobody is forcing you to take it. And as a matter of fact, you probably shouldn't. Do these pants look better than mine? Yes. There it is, the moon sugar. Expensive ring. Sweet. Don't take the moon sugar, take everything else though. Marshmallow and crash fiber. That's another thing I will need, definitely. Skooma in here is unfortunately... Maybe I'll be able to sell it in Balmora. There is a fence. Okay, that's fucking dark. It's black on my screen. Which means the shadows were greatly improved in the game, and I actually have a need for torches now. An interesting predicament. There are a bunch of rats over there and stuff. Don't care. No major artifacts, no unique things that we will be missing if we don't go there. At any rate, an easy hit and run place. That gives us 4 slaves now that we have rescued. And it gives us 4 people that we have killed. The balance is, right now, still perfectly fine. Welcome, Darvaim.
Same low price.
Miss. I would like to travel to Balmora, thank you. Now brace your anus, because it looks nothing like any of the cities we've seen so far. It's a common theme in Morrowind.
Where would you like to go?
I just arrived, thanks. It always fucking rains in Balmora.